Al pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some! Go get some!
Well, how's it going, fellas? My name is Rafael Chacinas, no es el Capitán Rafucho, and welcome to another edition of the Combat Club, because right now we're opening a brand new season and a brand new episode, because tomorrow is going to be so much epic, which is the UFC in Paris. We have Nassourdine Mabou versus Caio Borralho, and to be honest right now, for the football fans, and I cannot believe that I just wanted to express this, because in Brazil, they just got Los Angeles Chargers versus Kansas City Chiefs, and guess what? The Chargers just win against the Chiefs, and right now it seems that it's a perfect week for football fans, but I'm very happy right now because not only we had the UFC Paris, but also the New York Giants is going to face against Washington Commanders, and for us, the Raiders, we're going to face against New England Patriots. So how are you feeling this today right now? And sorry about the technical issues that we got over here.
Yeah, no, all good. Hopefully the fam's good, and everything's good and everything's going to be fine because we're going to talk about the fights. That being said, I almost forgot there was a fight card this week because I was so excited for the NFL. Absolutely, with the Chiefs losing, Chargers, absolutely, and with how good the Cowboys played last night as well. Excited to see what Sunday has in store for us. But we're here to talk about Saturday, fight night in Paris. Should be a fun one. And yeah, we're gonna break it down for you guys today. So can't wait to talk about the fights. Let's get it.
All right, so we got the predictions coming up there for the main card, which is gonna be really excited. And to be honest, right now, it's gonna be like really happen because I know this is gonna be like really excited for us, and it doesn't matter what it happens right now. All right, so first and foremost, we got something that I was like getting really interesting right now. So it's gonna be like a giving away. So I know this is gonna be at the UFC main card, but I just wanted to check it out right now. All right, so first and foremost, we got for the main card, which is gonna really happen. They got the main event coming up there, Kyle O'Reilly versus Nasruddin Imavov. But also, we got important fights that everything's gonna be like really happen. A lot of it at this one. So first and foremost, we can talk about the first one on the main card, which is gonna be really happen. First and foremost, we got William Gomez versus Robert Ruchala. I know it's gonna be really important because William Gomez versus Ruchala. I mean, what can I tell you about this fight now? I mean, those guys. I mean, they're gonna be really excited. But I'm gonna tell you for right now, for this one, because there's gonna be like a classic construct of matchup and striking, because I know the Gomez is gonna be a raking tasking for the striker versus Rochala, which is the efficient pressure who thrives in the standard wars. But I know it's gonna be the situation coming up there because it's gonna be like really classic. But it looks like he wants to be weighed at his best. Because remember, if you fight it enough, because remember if you saw William Gomez versus Joanderson Brito, because he just won fair and square. And I just wanted to tell you about it because he was so good if he had more power, because he was like deflecting against Heidi Schultz, but that was like a good fight. But I don't think it's gonna be like a really rock at this point. But this one, I mean, I'm gonna predict that this one because it's gonna be really exciting. Because give me William Gomez, because right now, I mean, it's gonna be really happen. Because it would be interesting. It's gonna be play out if they got to make it to the judges' scoreboards, and I really think that this one is gonna be really exciting because they have no favors about the debut matchup. But I'll be outside with a former KSCW champion to take advantage of the spotlight, and they wanted to pull up the upset.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think Gomez got this one in the bag. Not only is he's the hometown favorite, he's from France. He's gonna have the crowd on his side. But not only that, he is 4-1 in the UFC, and his last fight it was against top level competition, not high level competition, just more than what he could handle. And he did go down to a decision in that fight. I don't really know that much about Robert. All I know is he is gonna be making his UFC debut. I can't really judge on his resume. Don't really know anybody that he has fought. With that being said, I'm just gonna go with the more established, more UFC veteran in Gomez. And I'm just gonna pick Gomez by decision.
Yep, there you go. Right now, there you go. Mm-hmm. All right, so next stuff, I think it's gonna be like really interesting right now. But this is gonna be like always. They're gonna do like the fight night in Paris because everybody thought it's gonna be like a night of champions, but this one, I mean, there's 3 double champs, 10 regional champs to set up out of the fight, because I know that Europe is an area where the UFC has really struggled for the last few years. So it's like a great decision, like to make an investment on the continent, which is I really understand that it's gonna be like really happen at about like this night. But here's the thing about it. Here's the thing, because I know it's gonna be like a lot of things gonna happen. So next up, we got Patricia Pitbull versus Losin Kita. Now, for the Pitbull, I know he's got a name implies, but he's like a dog in the key where he was, because he's not that dog anymore, because he used to get on the pocket, but he's gonna throw the combinations, but also he was just like pushing on the face and on the pressure, but he's okay with the wrestling. I mean, Pitbull is 38 and he doesn't not fight that it used to before. He slowed down heavily. But the other side is Losin Kita. He's an upcoming prospect with 16 wins and 1 lose record. and that loss be an injury. And I know a lot of
He
people.
missed weight. He missed weight. The pit case up missed weight, so that fight was canceled.
Yeah, but also it was canceled. But
Yeah.
all right, so I know this is gonna be like really canceled, but also we got another one, which is Modesto Buscascas versus Paul Craig. Now this one is gonna be really interesting because Paul Craig doesn't really get cross striking, but it does throw hard shots occasionally. He know how that makes he can get a submission, but also he's 37 years old, and he lost 4 of these last 5. Then Modesto's is 31. Wrestling up in his game with more technical approach, but it's not very shy to pointedly land something big. But it also had the controversial pose that he wants another strikes. He can definitely come with him better. So give me Modestos Cascos at the first round via knockout because I know he really go for the distance, but the clinch game is on point with Vistos Buscascas.
Yeah, there's going to be a matchup with two UFC veterans. You know, we got Swiss coming in at a 6-4 record in the UFC, 18-6 overall. We got Paul Craig 9-1 with 17-9 overall. That being said, I expect Picasso to come in and look clean, utilize his powerful kickboxing, his leg kicks, his long strikes. Absolutely what Raphael said, utilizing the clinch, avoiding that grappling scrambles that Craig has to offer. You know, Craig wants to get him to the ground. He wants to pull that big submissions, but I don't think Picasso is gonna be able to Paul Craig is going to be able to do that because I think Picasso is going to control the fight, keep it as his distance. I do have Picasso as knockout, but I have it later on in the fight. I'll say round 3, Picasso knockout.
Could be yes, there you go right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, we got another one, which is Boladi Oki versus Mason Jones. Now, this is going to be like a straightforward match. Oki throw loaded combos, which is the actually occasional takedown he maintains the need to make some changes to order to moving off the ladder because he has indeed power, but his striking is very stiff, not very fluid at all because he has issues against Michael Aswell as the comparative fight. Mason Jones is very similar because he doesn't have better defensive to have more power enough to pick it up as winner. So I know it's going to be like a straight war, but he also has to make a chance for the clinch power, which is not very impressive at all, but it's going to be like in a more confident when it comes to ground and pound. So give me Mason Jones. I don't know, it's going to be like a decision, but he needs to get it.
Yeah, I got Mason Jones by decision too. I think Jones has pace, he has wrestling, he has the grind, he has the combat, the combat tightness. He's gonna get into box. He's gonna get in the box. He's gonna box you up. Oki, he does have the ability to land that big blow. He's gonna come out there. He's gonna reach for a big shot early. I don't really think he gets it. I think obviously Mason controls the distance, keep himself outside of the danger zone, and he can outwork Oki. So give me Jones. I think he consistently has a steady pace, and he forces Oki to fight his fight. So give me Mason Jones by decision.
Oh yes, there you go right now. All right, so next up we got Austin Danis versus Mauricio Ruffi. Now I just wanted to tell it about this guy, which has been Austin Danis. Have you ever seen all over the performance right now? But Austin Davis, he has mediocre striking, and the only reason he has highlights because he was against an upcoming prospect because he imposed his opponents with the takedowns and submission threats. In his last fight, he looked very awful. Then a striking immediately won because it was like at a low level against which he should finish in the first round. But Mauricio Ruffi has it all. Great striking, good footwork, shoulder rolls, side step, it does the variety kicks. I believe in the takedown defense, and I know the fighting nerves always come with the game plan for any matchup. And I will tell if it is because he will stop with 2 takedowns during the combo, land hard and stalk Ben Austin Davis until he gets a knockout victory. So I propose that I just wanted to see Mauricio Ruffi a technical knockout victory because that's what the people say. Because I know the fighting nerds, it's eating alive the competition. Not only with Mauricio Ruffi, but also there's Caio Borralho, there's John Silva, also there's Carlos Prates. I mean, who actually can be the fighting nerds? No one. No one.
Yeah, Fighting Nerds looks like the one of the best organizations right now when it comes to fighting teams. Obviously there's your AKA, there's American Top Teams, Alpha Males and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you talk about a fighting camp that just came up and just basically took the scene by storm these last recent years, it has been the Fighting Nerds, and we have two fighting and one in the main event. Speaking of Woofy, he's been one of the bigger ones that I love following his sport. Uh, Following throughout the sport. Saint Denis is probably going to try to utilize the clinch, press forward, utilize his grappling. Whoopi wants to just keep it standing, keep the distance, utilize his range, utilize his explosive counters, and then try to look to land that big kicks or that big spinning setups. I can see Woofy utilizing his power and getting a knockout early in round one, early in round two, maybe late round one. We'll see how that goes. I just don't think that Saint Denis has the ability to stand with someone like Woofy, and I just think that Woofy's fight IQ is gonna get it done in this one. So I'm gonna take Woofy, same like you did. I'm gonna take first or second round knockout. One thing I want to say before we move on to the main event, we have Axel Solsa versus Reese McGee. That fight got moved up to the main card. Exo, should I say? He's a French prospect making his debut in his big city. He's 10-0, 10-0 for a reason. McGee is riding a losing streak. He's 1-4 in the UFC, and I can expect this newcomer to go out there in his home town and probably get it done by decision. So for the first quarter of the night, that I believe replaces the Pitbull fight, I'm gonna pick the newcomer, that 10-0 Axel, to get it done, and then back over to you to the main event.
Yep. Let's just talk about the main event, which is Nasruddin Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Now, I just wanted to tell you this fight is gonna be really good because Nasruddin Imavov is very good. He kept his composure when he got taken by Brendan Allen. They clearly, in his own work against Israel Adesanya, has shown improvements every fight he takes. And he has very good boxing and movement, takedown defense. Could be like a better boxer. And I believe it's going to be really enough for this fight because he's like one of the type of the fighter that it goes on. Because we had Caio Borralho, who's a good fighter, strikes well, pressures, and it can be gritty what he needs to do. I mean, my issue with if KO is that hittable, it gets too comfortable as he knows that able to take his damage, which I mean, but it's going to be okay, but it's certainly not good of the good long run. But the other thing is that Imavov has faced a better competition than Caio, Brendan Allen, Israel Adesanya, Buckley, better than Paul Gregg, Abus Magomento, Michael Agushu before switching to Fighting Nerds. And I think that they have the pressure that's changed. It will now Caio the pressure into the cage, and I hope it is going to be like really excited. But people already think that Imavov could take it against Caio Borralho, but don't forget that Caio Borralho is 4-0 against fighters born in former United Soviet region. So they're going to place the bets, but they might have not get the choice. But things are really changed about the backup, and he certainly hit the fight. But they had to bring Lee to the ground the early rounds because Imavov had something to like, because he had to face it on with a liking cardio, but it probably would be difficult to keep it standing as long as the fight goes on. But I know that I cannot believe that the middleweight was turned into pretty good weight, but it's absolutely fire lately. So this is going to be like the proper with the number one contender fight. So I know it's going to happen, but giving us Nasruddin Imavov as a submission. But if Caio Borralho shocks them all, I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, like Nasruddin Imavov is coming off of a stoppage against Izzy. He has moments in there against Cannonier. Definitely, I believe he fought Brandon Allen too, if I'm not correct. He definitely looks like the much stronger, the more powerful, the more explosive fighter. He's gonna come in there with his fight IQ and try to mess Borralho, and he absolutely can land the shot that puts him out early. But I'm gonna go with Borralho to survive the early pace, survive the early barrage that Imavov is going to throw at him. He's going to mix in the strikes and the takedowns and excellent cardio control in a 5-round fight. I think he's going to navigate it better. He's going to navigate the distance better, and I think Borralho, believe it or not, has the better IQ in this level of fighting up from both fighters up until this point. I think Borralho, he's gonna overcome the pressure of Imavao and then put on pressure in the championships round and takes the fight over. So it may look like Imavao is winning the fights, and then Koro Borawa is just gonna flip the switch and he's gonna escape it, probably steal some later rounds, and then steal it by decision. So unless it's gonna be a flash knockout, I'm gonna have the fighting nerd Borawa winning by decision.
Oh yes, this is gonna happen right now.
Absolutely.
But also, I just wanted to tell you because I understand that Kyle Borralio can do like anything else, and I know there's gonna be like the takeover of the fighting nerds. But I know that before that because they want to add the UFC 317, but it didn't make it happen. So I know this is gonna be like a really excited to see how it's gonna be to really happen, to see what's gonna happen. I mean, everybody's gonna be hyped up right now because there's like a serious chance. There's like a serious chance to get involved in like this one. But I understand that any fight is gonna be like elite because whole both are defensively masterful and offensively tactical, but giving like a very experience of what that fight means to get out like the division. Because I see what like the finish early during the wild clash is gonna be like a competitive back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not gonna dismantle the ex champion, but I've been dismantling the ex champion. I mean, like dismissing, should I say? I mean, like we all had Shemaya winning that fight, and Shemaya won that fight, and Shemaya is the champion. But I think outside of Shemaya, I think Imavao and Boa is right up there. I believe they're maybe not at his level yet, but that's why they're fighting, and the winner's gonna get there. Maybe there's Fluffy, maybe there's a DTR, but I think it's these guys. I think one of these guys will probably get the next shot at the championship. We have a Boao that is 7-0 in the organization. We have Imavao that's 8-2 in the organization, and I think both of these guys on any given Saturday night could beat Duplessis, and I truly believe that if Duplessis was to fight Koro right now, or Duplessis was to fight Imavao right now, there'll be some people, including myself, that'll be taking both of these fighters over the ex-champion.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Chimaya, that's a whole different conversation. And when it comes to the two other fighters, we'll talk about Fluffy and we'll talk about DTR when that time comes. But it's not that time right now. I believe it's one of these guys' times to go out there and make a statement. The world's predicting it to go to most of the world is predicting it to go to a decision. One of these guys need to come out here and make a statement. Don't let it go past the second round. Don't even let it go. If it does go past the second round, don't let it go in the championships rounds because you have a title shot on the table. And if Boho can go out there and get this victory, there's nothing that you can deny 8-0 fighter in the organization that basically dismantled everybody that he got in the cage with. And you can say same can be said about Imavao. So these guys hopefully take advantage of this important opportunity. And sometimes it's entertainment, right? It's fighting. It's not a sport in a sense. People are gonna kill each other, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So the more entertaining fight the more entertainment fighter will get the title shot. And that being said, I don't want to hog the mic too long. I just believe that these guys have a better shot of finishing the fight than Fluffy and Ritter that we have coming up. The Ritter and Fluffy, I could see that being drag it on, exchanging of grapplings, exchanging of submissions, trying to go for the knockout type of thing because they're both kind of even when it comes there, but that's a fight for another day. Like I said, I'm really excited, and one of these guys better take the opportunity and end the fight so they can make a statement at the title shot. Back out of
I mean, exactly. Yep, exactly. All right, so the next topic, because I know it's gonna be like really excited about this one. So we just saw about the possibility to see Alex Pereira to the heavyweight division, because I understand because months ago he was currently weighed at 242 pounds or like 101 kg, which is like I wonder if it's gonna be like a teasing like a heavyweight bout, but during the fight he's weighed a lot because really like the talent pool of the light heavyweight compared to heavyweight, he has a fairly decent chance to win some of the against top 15 guys. But in my reaction right now, because I know the current champion is Tom Espinal, but I don't think it's gonna be the weight that's gonna beat against Tom Espinal. But I know that he has all around the skills, like the ground and pound, submission, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, that could destroy it a lot because it should be a phase against Tom Espinal because the people want to see it. Because how the struggle it against like Magomed Ankalaev clinching and takedown because they have no problem being on the ground because it was be like really conventional. This is like the first round because this is like the MMA and it really happens today. But I really think that if Alex Pereira could move at the heavyweight division, that should be like really enough because we've been seeing like a lot of different fighters like Derek Lewis, but also there is Cyril Gain. So I would love to see that, but also with the people say that, oh, it is not going to be really possible. But I understand that people really change because I know that he wants to be ready for another division. And I know that light heavyweight became like one of this largest bout that I just saw everything. But I know that currently it's going to be weighted enough, but this one is going to be really different because he's a well-rounded fighter and he can take all over for the heavyweight division, whatever it takes or not.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about this. I want to see him fight against his championship fight that he has on his horizon at UFC 221 321 before Ankalaev before I make my choice here. I just feel that at 38, I mean, like, I just think that you should be. I don't know, man. I don't want to tell him what to do, but I just kind of wish that he got into the sport a little bit earlier. And I think he accomplished everything that he had his heart. He's a two-time division champion. I mean, like, were you trying to chase Ilya? Are you trying to be the first one to go 3 times? I don't think you do that because guess what? Tom Aspinall, you're not getting past Tom Aspinall. And there's a few heavyweights at the top of that division that could take you to the ground and do easy work with you. So yeah, you may put on the extra pounds. Yeah, you're outstanding. Your power is the last one to fade. But at the end of the day, like, you're 38 years old. That's a choice that to make because you don't want to cut weight. You want to just fight. I get that. So DC did it later on in his career. Fighters, they all do it later on in their careers. Max Holloway's doing it. Everybody's doing it. But they move up a weight class. But at 38, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe he beats Tua. Maybe he beats like I'm looking at this heavyweight division and it's as good as Alex has looked in the past. This is a middleweight, guys. It's a middleweight that bucked up to lightweight. That's obviously a true light heavyweight. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that I want to see Alex go out there and go on this losing streak when he could literally, like, say he loses this fight. Dude. I mean, like, you accomplished everything you could in boxing. You're a 2-time champion in the UFC. You literally was face of the organization for 3 years. That alone, some people can't even be face of the organization for fucking 6 months. You were face of the organization for 3 fucking years. I just think that if he loses against Ankalaev, I can't even say his name, but I say he just rides off into the sunset, bro, and just retires. Maybe he has one more final fight against a shitty fucking heavyweight. But I mean, like, who are you gonna put him against? Like, I guess if Cyril Gane loses, you can put him against Cyril Gane. And, like, I don't know, man. Sergey, I think, takes him down. Obviously, Volkov takes him down. Curtis Blades is probably going to look to take him down. Jolton Omega's take the guy down. And easier said than done. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like it really happen. But I've been seeing like a lot of persons because I understand that some of the debations coming up there that it really happens like it had to do, but it actually had to do like it's something about for like the UFC debations. And to be honest, right now it seems that it wants to do it, but I know this is gonna be completely like elite or something like that. But they just wanted to have like the hype up because all of it for 1 year, who's gonna be like the toughest division like that all time? Because there's flyweight, there's bantamweight, there's featherweight, there's lightweight, also there's middleweight, there's light heavyweight, there's heavyweight. But if you look at it, say at the 2000, light heavyweight was the main division of the UFC because you had the veterans like Couture, Tito, Belfort, Liddell. You had the pride guys like Rampage, Shogun, like the Ultimate Fighters like Rashad Griffin and talent with Lyoto Machida and Jones. That was like really wild. And years ago, I mean, it was like really too hard to judge because they have changed so much. Probably the featherweight because they just give me like Islam, Oliveira, Conor, Khabib, Poirier, Gaethje, Alvarez, Ferguson, Pettis, and a couple more because it's an insane lineup. But all of the time, I mean, the toughest division is lightweight and welterweight because currently bantamweight is the most stacked. And I know the lightweight is the toughest to become a champion because how good was it the top five is? Because at one point, if it's going to be better or it's going to be worse. But the young contenders have the young time entry. You can really appreciate about these previous bets on those divisions.
I absolutely agree. I mean, like I look at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall is gonna rule that division until John Jones gets his act in place, and if they do make that fight at the White House, that comes then. You look at light heavyweight, that division's pretty sealed. You know, you look at middleweight, it's fun, but let's just be honest. I mean, like I don't see anybody beating Chimaev in the near future. Welterweight, lightweight, and featherweight. That's where the fun fights be at. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We have so much fun fights at welterweight to make at lightweight, to make at featherweight, to make flyweight. Joshua Van versus Pantoja. That's gonna be fun. There's a lot of young, hungry fighters waiting in the ring on that one. And in bantamweight, you know, that's a division where Moab, absolutely a machine. And some people will be like, hey, how can you say that about Tom Aspinall and not say that Moab? Yeah, I'll say that about the bantamweight division. Moab has that division sealed, and unless a contender emerges that is really suitable of we can really pick them. But right now, I mean, like looking at the top 10, Moab's dusting most of that competition. I know we got that Corey Sandhagen fight coming up. Can't wait to see that one. But overall, you know, that's getting back to the point that you originally made. That's why with Alex, I mean, like you're gonna be 38 when you fight this one. You're gonna be 39 when you make your debut at heavyweight. It's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. I mean, like, what's the point? I don't see the point. I mean, like, you're not gonna get a championship fight off the back. I mean, like, now maybe you come out there and now it's different if you come out there and you beat, and now you're a light heavyweight champion, and now you'll be like, you know what? I want to retire. I want to wait. I want the winner of Tom Aspinall versus Shogun or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you do something like that, then okay. But like, I don't even see him getting past Magomed the second time. But I'm just bagging on right over to you.
Yeah. Also, for the last thoughts, because I know that some of the divisions are really stacked, but of course they had to be careful because there are some well-rounded fighters who know about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but also they had to be careful about the kickboxing and the wrestling because I know that some of the divisions are really stacked, but some of them they had to really improve. But I have to be honest right now. I mean, some of the divisions are really good, but some of the divisions they need to improve and they need champions with great athleticism, with great skill that can change at all. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you very much to having us at another episode of the
A bold prediction real fast.
Yep.
I have a bold prediction real fast, and this is the bold one. At the end, because this involves Islam not holding a championship. Okay. At the end of 2026, going into 2027, we will have 4 divisions with undefeated champions. Okay, the champion of the, and we're gonna clip this. We're gonna come back to it. Okay, the champion of the featherweight division is gonna be Leon Murphy.
Wow.
The champion of the lightweight division is gonna be Ilia Topuria. The champion of the welterweight division is gonna be Shakarat Rakhmonov. That he's gonna take the belt off of Islam. Okay. And then
I can see that. I can see that. Yes. I mean, I love it. I love it.
We're undefeateds. It's time. It's the new generation. Time of the undefeateds.
I love it. I love it because I want to see undefeated champions getting the belt and let the justice bring it. I love it. I love it because we want to see a brand new generations coming up there for UFC because I understand that some fans they call boring or tired, but we want to see a younger generation because we want to see undefeated fighters climb it to the top to win in those championship belts that everyone they're dying for because I know it's about skill, about mentality, and of course, you gotta wake the fuck up, choose violence, and win it all.
Absolutely, man. Yo, guys, enjoy your college football Saturday and your NFL Sunday, and we'll be back next week. Go right ahead, Raphael. Let's end this one out.
We're getting back for the next week, and I know it's going to be really excited right now. So thank you very much for joining us in another episode of the Combat Club with my co-host, Zion Zenith, and this right here, Capitán Rafucho. So I just wanted to tell you, happy Sunday, happy Saturday, because I hope they enjoy it for the college football and the NFL football, because I know that football is back. Because I know September, we can all feel in it. We can all feel in it right now. So thank you very much. And I hope you see you there on the next episode of the Combat Club. So see you there, folks, and let's get it. All right, and